We're back with one club, men. Men, I said, not man, because we've got 5 of them today in today's experiment. They are all at the relegation favourites of the top 5 European leagues. England, France, Germany, Spain, Italy. Can't even cut that out because it'll look all weird. So yeah, you'll get to see me flounder in the intro. 5 perfect players, locked at their clubs, the relegation favourites. Can they survive and thrive over the course of 30 years? Thank you for suggesting this one in the comments, everyone. This should be a good one. Let's jump in. And here we go then. So the top 5 leagues are, of course, England, France, Spain, Germany and Italy. And the relegation favourites for each league are Luton, Havre AC, Alaves, Darmstadt 98 and Frosinone. Now, where 2 teams were identical in terms of odds, I either flipped a coin or made a pick. The Premier League, at the time of simulating, I don't know whether Football Manager's updated it yet actually, but at the time of simulating, Everton had a 10-point reduction due to the FFP sanctions. That's now been on appeal, dropped, was it to 6? Don't know if FM has updated that yet. But anyway, Luton and Everton were identical in terms of odds. And I thought, I mean, without the points deduction, Everton would probably have better odds. So we went with Luton. Tyrone Lacey is our player for Luton. There he is. Just wanted to show you the mid-journey faces for all the players. We've got Yannick Janel for Le Havre, Pedro Orizabala for Alaves, Thomas Deisler for Darmstadt 98, and Giovanni Mustacchio. Now, to combat the issues with finances, wages and all that jazz, they're all on £100,000 a week. They've all got transfers arranged joining Al Nassr in 30 years' time. As you can see here, last club Luton, because I put them all at Luton and just ping them off in each direction from the pre-game editor. I chose these names from Actual Football Manager. I loaded up the database and found some names, and then I went through into the pre-game editor and inserted them in. So, before we jump forward the first year and see how they all got on, let's look at what the media prediction is going to be for each league. So now, the season preview, Luton were 1,000 to 1 with Everton. They're now 350 to 1. That's because Tyrone Lacey is up front for Luton. Yes, they're all strikers as well, ladies and gentlemen. Just thought I'd throw that in there. In terms of Spain, Alaves up in 16th now. The Bundesliga, so we've got Darmstadt 98, now 19th, 350 to 1. And there he is, look at that. Harry Kane's been put into the number 10 role because of Deisler. Basically the entire Bayern Munich team, apart from Granit Xhaka and Thomas Deisler. Oh, and Gregor Kobel. Serie A was Frosinone, who are now 16th, so they're all potentially going to avoid relegation. And League Uber Eats, Havre 16th. So without further ado, I'm going to quickly jump through to 2024 because we do have to keep a bit of a pace about this one with 5 leagues to check in on. Normally it takes us about half hour, 40 minutes for one player. We've got 5. Let's go. In terms of the Premier League then, we're starting off with Luton, and Luton finished 14th. So there you go. The 3 teams getting relegated were Bournemouth, Everton and Burnley. And the award winners, Player of the Year was Bernardo Silva. Young Player of the Year was Bukayo Saka. Footballer of the Year was Bernardo Silva. Top goal scorer was Tyrone Lacey on 20, only getting 20 goals. I expected more, to be honest. 17 for Alexander Isak and Dominic Solanke. So where the hell was Erling Haaland? 14 goals in 31 games. Rubbish. We're not even ticked over in Spain. And as you can see, Alaves, they've got Champions League football. Fourth. Is that saying how good they've done, or is that saying how bad the Spanish league is? Pedro Orizabala, average rating he wasn't there. 3 players for Real Madrid were Jude, Vinicius and Valverde. But in terms of goals, he got 30, 10 assists, 10 player of the matches, 5 goals from direct free kicks. What an absolute demon. Dead ball specialist. Another reason he did the 100k a week as well is because of the issues we've had in Spain. As you would have seen on the 30-year sim in Spain with the one club man, it was a semi-shambles. It was the 3rd attempt. But on we move. Serie A. Frosinone. Oh, just missing out on Europe, finishing in 8th. In terms of the awards, there we go. 24 goals for Giovanni Mustacchio. Rafael Leao won Player of the Year on a 7.42 average rating. Bundesliga. We've not ticked over. Darmstadt won the league. What the hell? By 2 points. Bayern Munich did awful. They only scored 52 goals. Leroy Sané was the player's player. Thomas Deisler getting 7.41. Team of the Year. He was up front. He was the best player. To be fair, Darmstadt did get a few other players in the Media Dream 11, a centre mid, a centre back, and a goalkeeper. He got 27 goals, which beat Harry Kane's 15. I think that might be the issue. Harry Kane got 15 goals. Did he play up front? Bayern Munich did not score enough goals. So we've already got a winner of the league. I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe that Darmstadt 98 won the league. 52 goals. He scored 27 of them. He scored over 50% of their goals. Madness. And look at that, Havre AC on 61 points. They have done pretty well getting in second. I mean, they're still 24 points off PSG, so it's going to take a while for them to dethrone them. I can't believe Darmstadt have beaten Bayern already, but that's interesting. So we've got Alaves in the top 4, Havre second, Darmstadt champions, Frosinone just outside of Europe, and Luton down in 14th. So it's going to take a while to improve these squads, but the Premier League, whilst it's going to be a slower start because it's much more competitive and much harder to get that foothold, the prize money is so much greater. The prospect of bringing players in means probably from years 20 to 30 in this experiment, Luton should be flying, and they've probably got the best chance of winning the Champions League. Whereas teams like Darmstadt and Havre, are they really going to attract the best players in the world to the French and German leagues? I mean, no PSG do and Bayern Munich do, but they're PSG and Bayern Munich. You know, we'll see. We'll see. I think overall, so it's going to be very difficult to quantify, especially with domestic cups, because England have got the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. In Germany, you've only got one cup. In France, you've only got one. In Italy, you've only got one. In Spain, you've only got one. So maybe we could just do the FA Cup. League, domestic cup, Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. Yeah? We've got to look at the cups then, haven't we? French Cup was PSG. FA Cup was Man City. There we go. DFB Pokal was Leipzig. Italian Cup was Juve. Spanish Cup was Atletico Madrid. There we go. We've got the French Cup's down in 8th. Disappointing. So no domestic cups, no European trophies either for any of them because no one was in it. So we've got a long way to go in this experiment. So we are not going to be jumping 1 year at a time from here on in. We're going to jump 4 years now to 2028. So we'll be 5 years into the 30-year simulation. And then we will be going forward in 5-year intervals. We have simulated further on as well at the end when the players have gone. So on we move to 2028. The first season, as we say, Luton were 14th, and the following season they up in 10th, then they were down in 16th. Very disappointing. Then he qualified for the Europa League, finishing in 6th. Really, for Luton, what they want to be doing is they want to be actually finishing in the Conference League and going on to win it in these early years because they want to get a few trophies under their belt. I don't think Conference Leagues are going to be the be-all and end-all at the end, but I think they're probably going to draw level in terms of some of the better trophies towards the end. So a couple of Conference Leagues might swing it. It might just swing it. Luton have got Europa League again in 7th, so that's 2 Europa League runs. Also, if you notice anything during the experiment, let me know in the comments down below. Weird relegations and stuff. There's a lot to cover. I'm probably going to miss loads, so I do apologise. In terms of the award winners, we'll just have a quick look at player of top goal scorer. Yeah, Tyrone Lacey every single season, except most recently Evan Ferguson. Still at Brighton. Oh no, he's gone to Chelsea. 143 million. Just gone to Chelsea like 12 days ago. In terms of the FA Cup, nothing for Luton, sadly. We're going to move on to Germany and the DFB Pokal. And as you can see here, Darmstadt 98 have actually won a German league in the 26-27, and they were the champions, and then they fell away, finishing 5th, then 6th, getting Conference League football. Now that could be pretty good for them because there you go, they finished 13th the following season, down all the way in 13th, but they got Europa League football. They've won the Conference League. Oh no, they didn't. That was the season they won the German Cup. Then they got Champions League football again by finishing in 4th. That was a weird season where they finished 13th, and to be honest, I'm actually surprised because Thomas Deisler did actually get 25 goals for them. He's been ever consistent. God, 58 and 59 for Germany. Never even looked how Tyrone was doing for England. Let's have a quick look at that. 52 and 58. We'll be checking in on international football as well at regular intervals. Probably during. Do we? Yeah, possibly. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Spanish First Division then. Well, let's go straight to here. And Alaves are in 2nd, as you can see. So they finished 4th, then 6th, then 5th, then 4th, and then most recently 2nd. 7 points off the pace of Real Madrid. So not quite there, but doing pretty well. The top goal scorer was Pedro Oyarzabal most of the time. Robert Lewandowski has won it once himself. Still going at 39. Still going. He's retiring, actually. Yeah, lots of goals for Pedro. How's he doing for Spain? 74 in 61. Wow. In terms of the Spanish Cup, well, we've not had anything for Alaves, unfortunately. What about in the Italian Cup? Well, nothing either for Frosinone in the Italian Cup. I've just arbitrarily clicked on Napoli to get over to Serie A because they'd won a cup. Brendan Rodgers is in charge of Napoli. Like, okay, did not expect that. Just did that. Bang. There's see Brendan Rodgers. 4 in a row for Inter, so no trophies for Frosinone. Let's just say how they are getting along, though. 8th for Frosinone, 11th, qualified for Europa League in 6th, then down in 11th, and then up in the Europa League in 5th. So they're not doing too bad. They're not doing too well, unfortunately. And last but certainly not least, Yannick Janel at Havre AC. Ronald Koeman is in charge of them. They've won a French Cup. That was back in 1959. So nothing in terms of the French Cup, sadly. Pep Guardiola's in charge of PSG, and they've probably won the league every single season, have they? Yeah, Havre down in 4th, then in 2nd, then in 4th, then in 3rd, as Marseille have won the league. So Champions League football every season for Havre. There's a Champions Leagues, no Champions Leagues for anyone. Alaves won a Europa League in 26-27, and the Conference League has not been won by anyone either. So while we're here, let's have a quick look at international football. And the winners of the World Cup were France in 2026. And of course, Yannick Janel is doing very well, 47 in 51 for France. They also won the Euros in 2024, beating Italy. So internationally, France are doing pretty well. But of course, we do need to keep things moving along. So on we move to 2033. But before we do that, let's not forget about Ralph. He's the manager of Greece. He's been in charge of Sampdoria. Now he's the manager of Greece. Been in charge of Greece for 4 years. Go on, Ralph. Here we are at 27 years old. We're all born leaders. English Premier Division. As we can see, Luton getting Europa League football and then falling away, 12th again, and then getting Europa League football again. Oh, Champions League football for Luton in the 30-31 season. Then Conference League football finishing in 8th, surely. Conference League football again finishing in 8th. There's Sunderland up there. So now Luton have got Conference League football for the 2nd year in a row, and they missed out on it. That's disappointing. So no trophies again. And now we're back with Frosinone. 5th they were last time we were here, and then we've gone 7th getting Europa League football. Where are the... Oh, I forgot to put the notes on. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to just rattle through this as fast as possible. Forgetting to put the notes on for you. There we go. Put the Frosinone note on so it's now easy for you to see. Sorry about the Luton one. 3rd in the Champions League. 3rd in the Champions League again. And 4th still getting Champions League football. So Frosinone have done all right there. As you can see, Alaves are in 4th in the most recent season. So we'll just head back. They were 2nd, then 4th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 4th. So they've done all right of Alaves. They have won a Europa League as well. Let's not forget that. Let us not forget. Going back to the Bundesliga, and here we go in 28-29. Darmstadt were back in 4th. Then they finished 2nd on goal difference behind Leipzig. Bayern in 3rd there. Then Darmstadt fell down to 3rd as Bayern won their title back. In 31-32, Darmstadt losing by 3 points to Borussia Dortmund. 71 points. It's a very low points total every single season. If you get over 75 points, you've probably got the league title sewn up. And there we go. Darmstadt have won it again on 72. Bayern back on 69. Who's in charge of them? Nagelsmann's back there. Who's at Leipzig? Marco Rose. Darmstadt have got Stefan Baumgart, who's still there. Thomas Deisler is just absolutely ripping up 126 and 118 for Germany. That's the 2nd league title for them in season number 10. Now we're in France. Havre down in 8th, missing out on Champions League football. They were in Champions League places the last couple of seasons, so they really fell away. Back in the Champions League, though, every single season, and they've just finished 9 points behind PSG in the most recent season. Disappointing for them. So in terms of the FA Cup, well, we've not got any winners here. As you can see, no winners whatsoever for Luton. Darmstadt did win it in 26-27, but we did log that. Nothing in the last 5 years. Italian Cup, nothing for Frosinone. Portuguese Cup, well, don't know why we've clicked on that. Spanish Cup, Alaves in the 30-31 season, interrupting Barcelona with 2 either side. It's a very heavily stacked Alaves sandwich. That's 3 seasons ago. Spain. And finally the French Cup, and we've got nothing here either. PSG and Lyon winning most recently. Mikel Arteta's in charge of PSG. Champions League then, and we've got nothing in terms of the Champions Leagues. Alaves are the only team to win a Europa League, and Luton runner-up to Napoli in the most recent season in the Conference League. Devastating stuff for them. Well, we're in 2033. We'll quickly go and look at international football, because the reason we're doing this as we go, we are going to stop international football when they retire from it. Andre Villas-Boas in charge of England, and the World Cup has been won by Italy in 2030, and in 2028 Italy won the Euros, and in 2032 France won the Euros. So France are dominating in terms of international football right now. What was the speed? 2038 then. So just going through putting the notes on, and spoiler, Frosinone have won sod all here, but Ruud van Nistelrooy's in charge. I thought I'll just bring you that, and we'll go and check in on Serie A first, shall we? As you can see, Frosinone in 3rd. Let's just go back a few seasons because we know not won anything. So 3rd, 5th, 6th. So they might have won some. They haven't won anything in Europe, have they? So it's Italy just hoping on international success to carry them through. Unfortunately, it's not happening for them at this juncture. The best player is Mustachio. He's got 153 and 182. He's not retired from it yet. So, Arsenal have won nothing. And we will check in on the Cups as well. But we're going to go to the Premier League first. 33-34, Luton down in 7th, getting Europa League football. But look at that. 10 teams qualifying for Europe. I wonder if Luton managed to win a Conference League. Sorry, Bournemouth have won the league. Bournemouth won the league. Vincenzo Montella, they've won 2. Bournemouth they've got the Eddie Howe Stadium. They've got to have had a tycoon. Here we go. Jayhuahua. He scaled down the funding just recently, but for 13 years he's been representing, and in 2032 they did win the league. 33-34, sorry. Luton then 9th, getting Europa League football. I mean, Bournemouth down in 8th. Have just won the league. Mental. Missing out completely in Europe. 10th. No, European football. Bournemouth have won the league again. European football. So Ian Kochak has won that. Here we go. Conference League. So we're all over the place here, but in 2034 they've won a Conference League. They've got £54 million in the hole. Luton are not progressing as much as you'd think. Although they've got some decent players, they just need some better recruitment. Disappointing there. Anyway, so let's go to the Spanish First Division. Well, again, we're just reverse engineering everything here, but look at that. Alaves have won the league in the most recent season, and they haven't won it the previous few seasons. I mean, we'll go and have a quick look at how they have been getting on. They were down in 5th, 3rd, 4th, and there we are, back before we started. Spanish Cup was in 2031. We have got that logged. Nothing came of the Spanish Cup there. Bundesliga, well, look at that. Darmstadt have got another couple, and then Dortmund have gone on a tear for the last 3 years. So where are Bayern Munich? Absolutely nowhere to be seen. Look at that. Darmstadt, goal difference. Dortmund, we're down in 4th there, then 3rd, and 3rd again. So where are we at? So they won it, and then they won it 2 seasons after. That is 4 league titles for Darmstadt. Look at that. And the DFB Pokal, that was in 2027. Of course, we've logged that. That was the first thing they won, wasn't it? Apart from the league in the very first season. Yeah, forgot about that. God, we're all over the place in this stopping. Who have we not checked in on? Alaves have won the league. Frosinone did nothing. Ruud van Nistelrooy's in charge. Luton done sod all. Conference League. Havre, 4 in a row. They just won the last 4 in a row. Well, let's go back 5 years and see what happened. So they were down in 2nd, and then bang, won by 8 points. 1 defeat all season. 8 points again. Goal difference, 15 points. 4 league titles, and they've won a French Cup. Oh, that's not since 1959. There we go. 4 more going to their total. And up to this point, the scores are as follows. So 4 league titles for Havre, 4 for Darmstadt, a domestic cup for Darmstadt. Lots of success for France in international tournaments. A Europa League, a cup, and a league for Alaves. They're spreading themselves around, winning all sorts of trophies, and then Luton just win the Conference League. Italy, Frosinone have won nothing, but Italy have won a Euros and a World Cup. So on we move to, speaking of international tournaments, let's go have a quick look at how they're doing. Yannick has got 133 and 171 for France. He's still playing for France, and we'll go for the Euros first. Well, 2032 they were there. We've done it. Germany in 2036. Jurgen Klopp's in charge. In 2034, it was Spain. England runner-up again. England, very unfortunate. Gerhard Struber is in charge. Tyrone Lacey, he's got 183 and 181. It's a goal-scoring record, isn't it? So they might have all retired from international football next time we come back. So we will check that. But on we move to 2043 then. We've ticked over halfway through the experiment, and the second half's got to be better for England. Shall we go first then, ladies and gentlemen? Shall we go to Luton, the Premier League? 38-39, Tottenham won the league. Champions League football for Luton. We won a Europa League? Quite possibly. 9th then for Luton the following season, then 10th, not even qualifying for Europe here. This is disappointing. This is very disappointing. Who's in charge? Andre Villas-Boas. They did win a Europa League in 2039. Not even sure we looked in on the cups, did we, last time? There we go. Plymouth Argyle have just won the FA Cup from the Championship. He's not even got a manager. Stephen Clements has left to go to Fulham. FA Cup winner. Dortmund have just won so many cups there. Frosinone have won 2 cups in Italy. Is Ruud van Nistelrooy still in charge? He is! Ruud! And look at that. 5 years ago, the only one who won a league title of Frosinone. So look at that. Frosinone are now storming back, getting some representation in the world game with some trophies. Ruud van Nistelrooy is doing brilliantly. They've got loads of money in the bank. Luton, on the other hand, they've underwhelmed of Luton. Very much underwhelmed. Right, Darmstadt, Bundesliga. Another win, another singular win for them in 2041-42. There was no German Cup, wasn't there? They just got 1 DFB Pokal. Alaves, well, they've won another couple of leagues in the 41-42 and 40-41 season. Have a quick look at them. Won by 2 points over Real Madrid on 94 points. And won there by 5 points. And they've won 2 cups as well. They're current cup holders at the start of this 5-year spell and at the end. So they're racking up the trophies. Now it's just the French Cup, and Havre have won their first French Cup in the most recent season. Have they won the league? Yes. Yes, they have. They've won the league every single time. Is that 9 in a row? Madness. And we've got nothing in terms of the Conference League, but as we saw, Luton did win a Conference League back here. They were runner-up as well the season before that. Then Luton have won a Europa League in 38-39. We have logged that just recently. They were also runner-up to Udinese. I don't think we've seen that, but doesn't matter. And look at that. Runners-up for Alaves and Havre, but 3 Champions Leagues for Havre in the last 4 years. Well, Havre and France are running away with it. And let's have a look at Yannick Janel. He's retired in 2040. Right, let's have a quick look over this through the shortlist. So Tyrone retired in 2039, 2041, 2040, and 2040. So I think they all retired after the 2040 tournament. So the 2042 tournament does not count. 2038 and 2040 are the 2 tournaments that we're going to check in on then. And it was Spain in 2040 who won the Euros. And who won in 2038? Who won World Cup? It was France. Yannick Janel is absolutely dominating things here. So we're not going to be checking on international football. We might check in at the end, but I don't think we're going to check in much over here. Look at Wales finishing 3rd there. So 2048, here we come. And well, so Luton just not getting into qualifications for any sort of Europe at all. He finished 5th here in the 44-45 season. Then getting Champions League football despite finishing 8th. So they've clearly won the Europa League again. We've got our first Premier League trophy for Luton, ladies and gentlemen, in the 46-47 season, followed up with an 8th place finish. And so they're now in the Conference League this most recent season. So Luton, and there you go. Oh, they did win the Europa League. What? How did they get in Champions League then? Who the Champions League? Luton have won a Champions League. So have Alaves. It's all over it's all over the place. So Champions League scores are going up now. Alaves with 2, and Havre have won no more. They've just come runner up to Alaves, and Alaves came runner up to Luton. So look at that. Well, while we're on Alaves then, 2 Champions Leagues, and look at that, another 4 leagues. Another 4 leagues, fantastic. And frosting on another 2 leagues for them. The Bundesliga and Darmstadt have got another 2 as well. As you can see, they're really starting to take over, and they're doing fantastically well back here. Over here, sorry. And Liga Uber Eats, well, Havre just won 5 in a row. So 4 cups for Havre. Alaves with 3. 2 more for Frossing on as well. 3 more for Darmstadt. And can Luton get a cup? They actually bloody can. Luton have got an FA Cup. Of course, Luton are trailing massively. They are well behind the curve. France are just clear winners. Havre are absolutely dominating the French league. But I think then it goes Germany, Spain. It's quite even. I mean, I've not added it all up. These are my notes. You can see that. Just jotting league. I mean, bad writing, bad spelling, all sorts. So we're going to move final stopping at 2053 then, before we do that little outro simulation. So let's go to 2053, see how we round this off. Where do we start then in this final hurrah? I mean, look at the different positions. They're all central attacking midfielders, but look at Yannick, who's been played a bit of fullback. Go Premier League first. Luton have won another Premier League in 2050-51, but not going to be enough. Alaves, another 2 for them. With Fikeo Tamori in charge. Go straight to Serie A then. Rossinon have won another league. Jacob Murphy's now in charge. Ruud van Nistelrooy's left. Liga. Wow, Montpellier have actually won the league most recently. Finally stopping Havre's domination. But it has just literally been all about Havre. In fact, the Bundesliga, and then 4 in the last 5 for Darmstadt. In terms of league titles, so we've got Luton on 2. We've got Alaves, who have 9. We have Darmstadt on 11. We have Frosinone, who have 4. And we have Havre, who have 18. And are currently managed by James Ward-Prowse. They only have 3 Champions Leagues to their name, unfortunately. So let's go and check in on, let's do the Champions Leagues in Europe now. So in the last 5 years, well, we've had 2 for Alaves and 1 for Frosinone. Fikeo Tamori's Alaves are the European champions. Look at that, Montpellier won one back here. Havre have been runner-up a few times. I forgot to put a note on them. There you go. Europa League, no one's even been in it. Luton have won a Conference League in the 52-53 season. Consolation. So that was almost embarrassing, Luton. Almost embarrassing. So let's go and have a look now at the domestic trophies. Well, FA Cup, no more for Luton. Brentford and Wolves have won it in the last 5 years. So nice little aside. 3 more for Darmstadt. 1 more for Frosinone. Just the 2 for Havre. Oh, that 4 for Alaves. In terms of domestic cups then, 1 FA Cup for Luton. Alaves have got 10 Copa del Reys. Darmstadt have got 7 DFB Pokals. 5 Coppa Italia for Frosinone, and Havre, don't know what the French Cup's called, but they've won 7. So only 7, just about the fact they've won so many trophies. I think it's very safe to say Luton have been the worst. England and Luton have been the worst. France and Havre have been the best. But the middle 3, Frosinone have probably finished 4th, and then in second. Is it Darmstadt or is it Alaves? Darmstadt have got slightly more league titles, but Alaves have won more Champions Leagues. And, well, Darmstadt haven't won any Champions Leagues, actually, and done better domestically in the Cups. So I'd say Alaves probably second and Darmstadt in third. Let me know if you think anything different, if you disagree with my scoring system, but that's where we're at. Before we do move on and do the extra bit of simulation, we are going to go and have a look at the Golden Ball. The Golden Ball, in terms of Pedro, we've got 5. Yannick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for Yannick. And 3 for Giovanni Musticchio. Thomas Deisler coming in second and Tyrone in third. Never have they finished first, unfortunately. Right, Footballer of the Year then. So Yannick. Well, look at this. This is just a who's who of them. So hang on. Giovanni, 1, 2, 3. 3 for Giovanni. And I've accidentally put a note on Yannick, so I've just left the note on Yannick just to separate them as it stands. Pedro, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for Pedro, and Yannick's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Footballer of the Year. In terms of Player of the Year, right, Thomas Deisler's there. 1 for Thomas Deisler. We'll go Giovanni next. 1, 2, 3. Consistent. He's got 3 Player of the Years, Footballer of the Years and Ballon d'Ors. I saw Tyrone as well. Tyrone snuck in one with the World Player of the Year, 2033. Go on, Tyrone, lad. Right. Pedro, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the 4. And then Yannick's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And the Team of the Year. Wow, Pedro's in there all time. Giovanni in second. I'm surprised that he's not even on the bench for Havre. Thomas Deisler's on the bench. I can't believe Yannick's not there. Yannick Janel has not managed to make it there. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Look at them, all over 1,000 goals as well, respectively. Just a glittering career for all of them. They did manage to lead their squads to success. So how far have we gone into the future? Well, we're going to jump forward to the end now when they've gone and see what happens. The past winners. So in the last 11 years since they'd gone, Havre have won 2 league titles. The Bundesliga, Darmstadt have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 league titles. Alaves, 1, 2 league titles for Alaves. Serie A, 2 more for Frosinone. And last but certainly not least, the big winners, Luton, none. They're not though, because we've still got the FA Cup, where Luton have won none. The FB Pokal was Darmstadt 1, 2. Just the 2 for Darmstadt. The Italian Cup was won most recently by Frosinone, and they won it also in the 54-55 season, so another 2 for them. 1, 2, 3. Havre won it the season he left. And Alaves, current champions of the Spanish Cup, and again in 59-60, and back there. So they've won 4. So Luton were the Conference League champions, and no one's won a Conference League since. Europa League has been won by Alaves and Frosinone twice. So Alaves once, Frosinone twice. So Europa League, no Conference Leagues for anyone. And in terms of Champions League, look at Fulham running up so many times, and Brentford. Look at Bastia have won a couple. 3 for AC Milan there. So no more Champions League trophies for anyone either. The most successful team, post the players leaving, was probably Darmstadt, with 5 league titles, although 2 Europa Leagues for Frosinone. Does Europa League count for double of a cup? Because otherwise Alaves have done quite well. But, you know, it's much for muchness. 4 squads have won stuff. Luton have won nothing, which just mirrors exactly what's happened in the experiment. If you're a Luton fan and you've watched this, I apologise. I did what I could, tried, they failed. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you've enjoyed this one. I've had a ball. Should we do this again with maybe 5 different nations, or maybe 3 different nations, and delve in a bit deeper and do a bit of a competition that way? Different positions. I'm all ears, but if you like this format, let me know, because it's a little bit more work to do and a bit more work to produce. But look, I'm all about making the best content possible for you guys, what you want to watch. I've enjoyed making it. I quite enjoy the competition sort of nature and aspect of everything. So yeah, I'm very willing to do all this again in different capacities, whether it's be different teams, different positions, different leagues, you name it, let me know. Other than that though, please do drop a like on the video. But other than that, all there is left to say is take good care of yourselves, gang. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.